Well, it looks like Georgia voters may be providing a razor-thin margin between Senator Raphael Warnock and Herschel Walker ahead of tomorrow's runoff. Our Miami correspondent, Leonardo Feldman, has the latest. Leo.
Republican Herschel Walker and Democrat Raphael Warnock are making their final campaign push. The Georgia Senate runoff election will take place tomorrow, and Walker took time to make some get-out-the-vote calls with volunteers in Cherokee County.
Hello, Mr. Walsh. This is Herschel Walker, and I was just calling to check and see if you voted, and if you haven't, to remind you to get out on December the 6th and vote.
Oh, Herschel, hey, absolutely will. You've got my vote for sure.
Well, thank you so much, and you're doing well?
I'm doing very, very well, and I'm very grateful for people like you that have a platform that matters.
Walker also took to Twitter to thank his supporters, saying, quote, "Thank you to everyone who has come out to support Team Herschel. The energy has been incredible. Let's finish the job and encourage everyone to get out and vote this Tuesday." Meanwhile, his rival, Democrat Raphael Warnock, had Stevie Wonder rally for him virtually.
It is truly my honor to be here for you, Senator Warnock. I remember when you were running before, I was there, and I'm here today because what I believe in is the commitment of what we have to know and stand strong again in is the commitment of truth.
A recent poll from Emerson College and The Hill shows the race is very tight, with Warnock polling at 49% and Walker at 47%. A whopping 1.8 million people already voted early. Back to you.
All right, joining us right now to discuss, Newsmax host of Dick Morris Democracy is Dick Morris. Dick, I guess polls don't really matter right now. What matters is turnout, right?
Yeah, well, the disturbing thing is that, as your reporter indicated, 1.8 million people have voted already. But the problem is that 51% of them are Democrats and only 39 are Republicans. So we're going into Election Day 223,000 votes behind before the first ballot is cast. And this is a pattern that I've noticed throughout the entire country. In Pennsylvania, for example, Fetterman got 700,000 early votes, and Walker and Oz got less than 100,000. And in Georgia, in the 22 election, there was a very significant, about 305,000 vote difference between the parties in the early voting, Democrats ahead. So the problem is Republicans have not learned to vote early. They've not absorbed the central lesson of the previous elections. I believe we lost a series of these elections, not because of mispositioning, not because of Trump fatigue or anything like that, but simply because our people won't come out to vote early.
Okay.
And what the Democrats do is they mess around on Election Day, lengthen the lines outside. Who cares how long the lines are? The Democrats have already voted.
Yeah, and I was checking the weather tomorrow is supposed to be rainy in Atlanta, at least early on in the day, and that's the kind of thing you can never predict. Well, I guess you do predict it, but not 10 days ahead of time. How do you know the outcome right now? Not the outcome, but how do you know who's voting right now? You had said 51% Democrats, 39 Republicans. Since people don't register by party in Georgia, how are you finding those numbers?
They do register by party.
No, I don't believe Georgia does. I believe that you can vote in an open primary by choosing whatever party you want, but I don't think
previous voting. But the election bureau in Georgia and the Secretary of State's office reports this breakout by party every day. And at the moment, there are 223,000 more people who at least they describe as Democrats who voted than Republicans. But this is a broader point, Bob. I wrote in my book, The Return, that the reason Democrats are winning elections is they're voting by mail, they're voting absentee, they're running around with ballot boxes, harvesting votes at the front door, and they're voting early. And the Republicans just vote the same old way. Wait online with an umbrella in the rain, in the snow, for an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, and vote.
Yeah.
And we suffered a huge fall off in turnout. In Arizona, where we lost, 5,000 people signed in to vote, took one look at the lines, and turned around and drove home. You don't know if they were all Republicans, but the odds are they are, because the vast bulk of election day voting was by Republicans.
So is there going to be an effort then to change that? Because it's kind of like if you can't beat them, join them. And it also, it strategically makes a lot of sense. I mean, especially because, Dick, if they're not going to have a national holiday and you got to work, it's better to pick a day that works for you or mail in, whatever, as long as they're accounted properly.
Yeah, mail-in is fine. Drop boxes are not. But there was no undercounting of votes in 20 or 22 for mail-ins. They were fine. Drop boxes, like you have on your screen now, are the pits. Because if you're a Republican in a Democratic neighborhood, for God's sakes, don't use a drop box. Your ballot will never see the light of day. But a post office box, absolutely. And, it's like Mark Twain's old story about the cat that sat down on a hot stove. The cat will never sit down on a hot stove again, but it'll never sit on a cold stove either. Republicans were so traumatized by the mail-in fraud in 2020 that was alleged that they're afraid to vote by mail now, and they should not be. The Democrats are not winning these elections because they're better. They're winning because they are better at teaching their people how to vote.
Yeah, and you always hear Republicans very proudly say, I'm going to vote on Election Day, which, by the way, I don't know how you feel, but I always feel like such a great patriot. I feel like a great American when I do vote, whether it's early or on Election Day. But
I love it.
At what point will it no longer be, well, I'm a Republican, I'm voting on Election Day, and it's just, I'm a Republican, I'm going to take advantage of the system?
Well, damn well better be tomorrow or yesterday.
Yeah. Well, in Georgia, it'll be tomorrow, of course.
Yeah. In my book, The Return, I have a whole chapter about learn the playbook from the Democrats. Vote the way they do. They understood the turnout is 30% higher than it was 8 years ago. So we need to find new ways of voting. Otherwise, people will just spend their lives waiting in line or turnout will drop. And the Democrats came up with those, mail-in, early voting, and they're not biased. They're fine. But Republicans just won't do it. They're creatures of habit.
Yeah. All right, Dick Morris, thank you very much, sir. I appreciate you joining us.